Many a times we have the dreams, but many a times we're not able to follow through our dream. The reason being lack of clarity, the reason being lack of focus. The process of meditation is helping us to train our mind significantly so that we can sail through the life easily, so that we can realize our dreams greatly.
Food is medicine. I say if you eat the right food at the right time, right quantities, you will not fall sick and you can cure all diseases. I said I am myself an example. 30 years of diabetes gone. I don't take any medicine. I am not that old, I am only 82, but I am still reasonably healthy.
A lot I've seen change where it's helped me find answers that who am I, what am I destined for, and then the way I've headed now. The last couple of years I'm independently employed. I find a lot of joy.
What gives the time between the trigger and response is meditation. The practice of meditation allows us to expand that time between response and between the trigger and the response.
You might be a very senior leader. After more than 30 years in the business, something goes wrong at work. Somebody's not happy, or there is a problem with a client, and you have two choices. Either you react, which was what I was doing before meditating, or thanks to the meditation, you recognize this emotion coming up to you, and instead of reacting, you respond.
You get your job with a high IQ, academic excellence, or anything that is related to intellectual understanding, but to truly grow and in your career or a profession or to be successful, emotional quotient is the most important.
One of the great thing happened after meditation was I was able to do everything that I intended to do for a long time. No regrets in my life that I didn't do at this time. I thought about it, used to think for something.
I began my meditation journey due to the severe illness caused by too much work stress. Fortunately, I heard about meditation and I felt immense happy, and I believed it could heal. Within 3 months, I was able to sit for 40 minutes and I noticed my symptoms got improved as well.
But meditation has allowed me to let go of exactly what that is and enjoy each step, just like when I was a child.
Whenever I feel like tired, low energy, or confused, kind of vague scenario, whenever I see that, I know my medicine at that time. I just take a break and do some start breath meditation.
I have been meditating and I join almost every single program that comes with Buddha CEO. It's not the situation that changed, it's just my thought process.
Life has been phenomenal, and every day I'm learning more and becoming more clear to what I want to do in life.
Generally, first and foremost, I would say my health has improved. I feel I have better health and immunity. I used to be prone to a lot of illnesses, maybe 2-3 times a year, and that has in general diminished.
For more details about Project Excellence, write to us at excellence@buddhaceo.org.
Very happy morning and evening, dear friends and masters. Welcome to day 34 of this 40-day quantum program. Such a wonderful video and so crucial life-changing things happening through meditation. Yes, everyone feels the same. So let's begin with our today's session with Rakesh sir. So welcome, Rakesh sir.
Happy morning, friends, and wonderful evening. Meditation for a long period of time was considered as an individual practice, something that you do in your private life, something you don't necessarily talk about. Our life, when in the peak of our life, we spend more than 40% of our time every day at work, we if we are here for our experiences and we are learning through our experiences, our mindset is created through the influence we have from our environment. Our work life is significantly influencing how we are, what we are, and our experience are significant in our workplace relationship and workplace experiences. We are not as, two different people going to work and at home. We are the same person. We carry ourselves from home to work and work to home. What happens at home is influencing how we are behaving or what's happening at work, and what's happening at work we carry when we have our interactions at home. So when that is the case, what we do at work, makes a huge difference of what we are learning, how we are learning, and what we are carrying. Today, organizations, especially corporates, have a significant role to play in the impact that is there on the society, impact that is there on what people are experiencing. Corporates have significant resources, significant influence. The complete life, our life experiences have, changed in the last 20 years because of how the industry has moved from, traditional industries to technology industry. So when that is the case, where meditation used to be an individual practice, and meditation can significantly bring a shift in the mindset of everyone, cannot remain as a private practice or as an individual practice. Meditation has to move to, a place where, there's a lot of difference that is being made. We talk about a lot of, sustainability in organizations. UN has the whole sustainability goals. And every company wants to implement it or is mandated to implement it as their social responsibility. They are looking to see how much compliant to these sustainability development goals are, how eco-compliant they are, how do they, how are they making sure they are impacting less on the ecology. So when all of this is happening, we know meditation brings a significant change in people's mindset towards compassionate towards others, becoming one with others. So meditation is something that we definitely want to be introducing in our workplaces. I came into meditation because Buddha Kondo Foundation and Chandra sir did a 4-day program at my work. Otherwise I was not practicing meditation. I didn't know meditation. Whatever little I knew was so much of a myth. I knew only myths about meditation, not necessarily knew about meditation. So I'm very, very grateful to my organization, which actually brought meditation to many of our lives. So many people's lives have transformed. I'm sure each of you, we are now about towards the end of fifth week, have a significant time we have spent practicing meditation. You have started seeing many, many changes. When I did my first 40-day programs, end of those 40 days, I realized there's so much more to explore, and I saw my work, getting shifted. The way I was looking at the work, finding meaning in everything that I'm doing, rather than doing, oh, this is another job, I have to, finish this today. Rather than looking at work as a chore that needs to be completed, I started finding meaning. Now, how can I make a difference to others? When I interact with my customers, what can I, how can I make it better for them? Why am I doing what am I doing today? Interacting with the team, is there a way that I can help them grow? So meditation is a great tool to shift our work environment. If we are saying our experiences are because of how we are interacting with others, and what we are going through, imagine a workplace that is where everyone is compassionate, everyone is taking a lot of responsibility, doing things because they want to contribute, not because there is that they have to do things. Becomes a greatest joy to experience that work. When I completed my 40 days, the first thing that came to my mind was, okay, let me do it for my team. I did a 21-day, I just introduced a 21-day, session for my team without thinking about what I'm going to do, what I'm going to share. Just felt that, hey, it has to be given to everyone. I'm sure many of you are thinking about it. Many are feeling about it. I'm sure many of you are already talking about at home, at work. Meditation brings mindfulness. Mindfulness means doing everything in a most non-judgmental and present moment, in the present moment, without any judgment. So doing at work, whatever that you're doing, it doesn't matter whether you are working at technology industry or manufacturing or whatever work that you are doing, everything is something that is to be done in the most aware state. You become more efficient when you are doing, because whatever that you are doing, you are experiencing it fully. You are doing it in the most mindful way, rather than thinking about what happened in the past or what's going to happen in the future. Your attention and awareness is completely in the present moment. You're no longer thinking, what is that colleague trying to do to me? Am I getting benched, or am I getting biased against at work? Most of our mind, in our imagination, in our worry, we think, rather than what is focus on what is to be done, We focus on many other things that's keeps us in our stress mode. So meditation is, and we're very happy that today we continue to bring this meditation and mindfulness to the organizations. When I would meet many leaders in corporates, many say they individually practice, but they never realize that it can be given to their teams. It can be given as an organization. And suddenly, they realize, yes, why not? It's a great opportunity to bring coherence in the teams. There's a lot of conflicts at work, between colleagues, between, the manager and the team, between customers and the teams. When everyone comes into meditation and everyone takes up this, then there is a lot more coherence. Of course, it's not that, there is no difference of opinion, but there is a path towards understanding other person's point of view and work in a way that benefits everybody rather than looking at it as a competition. Today, many of the corporate life is in a survival mode, where you just want to finish your work. End of the day, you just want to finish it. Now, that doesn't mean that whatever that stress that you're carrying from work ends when you come back from work. We are the same person. If our mind is driven through our past experiences, of course what happened at work is carried home. So it's almost a responsibility once we come into meditation that we bring this to our colleagues, our organizations. So we'll hear after the meditation, friends, wonderful leader who's doing this, who's taken this as a mission to help corporates adopt meditation, and you can see what you can do because this practice is very simple. There is absolutely no prerequisites, absolutely nothing that prevents anyone to practice. You can sit at in your chair, in your desk, and do a short meditation when you need clarity. It is so simple, isn't it? There's no chanting, there's no this one, and it can be done anywhere. So when it is such so simple, and of course it is scientific, science unites people. So there are no barriers for anyone to take up this. So let's go into meditation, friends, and we come back and listen to this wonderful leader, a wonderful colleague, friend who's really taking up this work, and listen to her journey. So let's go into meditation. Relax, friends. We're practicing breath mindfulness meditation, which is the goal is to empty the mind so that our mind is empty of all thoughts, and thoughts are either of the past or of the future. When we empty the mind, we become fully present. And we empty our mind with the simple process of observing our simple natural breath. As we are closing our eyes, observing our breath, we are slowly, naturally emptying our mind. And when the mind is empty, we are experiencing that emptiness or energy that is all around us. We become a witness to anything that happens and the experience in that moment. If thoughts come, which is quite natural, all we are doing is bringing our attention back to the breath. Before that, as an add-on process, we do what is called as heart elevation, which is where we bring up some elevated emotions like love, gratitude, compassion into our heart so that we connect with everyone and everybody. We can do this by remembering any event in the past where we experienced these emotions. And as we bring up these events, naturally we experience those emotions again. And as we bring up those emotions, we imagine that we are spreading that energy to everyone and everything around us. Become one with everything and everyone. This helps us to become coherent. It helps us to go deeper into meditation, friends. So relax. Close your eyes.
Dear friends, dear masters, with your specs removed, eyes closed, keep your hands in your chest area. And resting your attention on your sacred heart. And can you feel your beautiful heart? Feel the center of all emotions, nurturing all life. With its higher vibration of love, compassion, kindness, gratitude. Can you recollect an experience from your past? Or simply imagine to be living an experience of higher emotions of love, deep joy, gratitude. Relive that moment and feel that energy. The more you experience this higher emotions and energy of love, compassion, the more coherent you become. With all things and everyone. We are all deeply interconnected. Deep inside, we are specks of energy connected to each other. Allow yourself to direct this energy, to spread this energy to everyone and everything on this planet, to help them elevate themselves. Where your attention goes, there your energy flows. Feel. And slowly, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation with your fingers into fingers, hands comfortably rested in your lap. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath.
We are going into powerful group meditation, dear friends. Observe your natural in-breath and the out-breath. When you observe your breath, your mind becomes empty. The mind is becoming empty. We experience greater emptiness. That calmness inside of you, all around you. It is natural to have thought. When you recognize your thinking, go back to observing your breath and allow yourself to go into the deeper states of calmness, emptiness. As the mind is becoming empty, all that liberated energy is channelized into the present moment. Your body begins to function at its natural best. You develop greater power of thought. into your breath and allow yourself to experience that emptiness, calmness inside of you, all around you. Become aware of that calmness, stillness within you as you merge into your breath. All emptiness is energy. This is the quantum field of limitless dimensions, the field of infinite possibilities. The more you are with it, the more you tune in to the abundance of healing energy. empowerment energy, that energy of love, that energy of the mystic, or whatever you can become aware of. Falls into this emptiness of no body, of no thing. Less matter, more emptiness and energy. As the mind is rested, you move away from this matter, your body. You experience that emptiness, energy, the feel of all connection, the field of all wisdom. In this calmness, emptiness, the more insightful you become, the more merge into the emptiness of yourself, your divine self. Receive your greater mind, that awareness. the more you are with it. You experience your intuitive intelligence. The more and the more effortless life becomes. Friend, it's truly a privilege to be experiencing this life, to be exploring consciousness for a greater life at this time of history. Many are not so blessed. Can you express gratitude to everything and to everyone? Be grateful to this intelligent universe. To your parents, to your teachers, to your mentors. Deep gratitude to yourself, to your body. Give thanks to this nature, the mineral kingdom, the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom. Gratitude to all the people in your life, to everyone. To everything, the technology, the system, the companies, the governments. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Recollect your experiences from the session, and whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you open your eyes.
Okay, friends. Hope you had a wonderful meditation. Connect with yourself. So we'll have today we've been practicing meditation and seen significant shift and continues to see the shift. I'm very, very happy to have her part of what we are doing. Yes, if you want.
Yes. His friends, today we have Raji Iyengarji, founding Chief Operation Officer at Quantum Coherence Technologies, boasts 37 years of IT industry experience, having held leadership roles in MNC and startups across Asia Pacific, a strong advocate of meditation. She's practicing for over 10 years. Raji is a joyful married with 2 children, 2 grandchildren, and 1 grandcat, balancing her personal and professional life with serenity and purpose. As COO, she is now channeling 3 decades of lived experience into a singular mission, bringing the Be Supermind platform to organizations across the globe. So, welcome, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the
Yes.
introduction. It's always a pleasure to be here. And, you know, every time this 40 days meditation is in, I recommend everyone joins it every time because there is always new learning. And as we heard Chandra sir, you know, take us through the meditation process, we heard that all the things, the changes that happen, you know, in this whole duration of when we are not just doing meditation, but what all happens, you know, once you go on this path of meditation. Benefits are plenty. I don't need to say that because you are all here. But the benefits accrue as we continue to sustain the practice of meditation. So I'll just take a couple of minutes to talk about how it has helped me, and then we'll take you through what we're planning to do with the other groups. So my journey started not really in IT industry. So it started much before that with physics, astronomy and astrophysics. I used to work at the Nehru Planetarium. And those days, for me, it was amazing to look up at the sky and look at the stars and see how insignificant we are as human beings. But yet it would make us feel both humble and proud because even if we are very, very you know, speck in this whole universe, this large universe, it would make us feel proud also that we are the only ones who are able to comprehend. I mean, so we think, of course. Now, from there to then I got into IT industry, and how I got into IT industry literally overnight, again, all thanks to a lot on meditation, is a story for another day. We'll do that some other time. But in the corporate world, dear friends, meditation has helped me stay course with all the very interesting and challenging roles that have come my way. There are certain sutras of meditation and manifestation you would be learning, and please don't ever doubt these things. It works. For me, manifestation at work has worked like, if I may say, like magic in that sense. Yeah. So, like I said, interestingly, the journey began at the sky thing and the universe thing and brought me to absolutely mundane, earthly things of, how do you keep your job? How do you meet your targets? What is your growth? You have children growing, to be taken care of. My husband was in the merchant navy, so he was traveling most of the time. So a lot of complex personal things going on, and at the same time, what you're dealing with in the office also was getting more and more interesting and challenging. But one thing is there for sure is that when you have that meditative mind, things just happen. They literally happen for you, And so my growth happened extremely well. And growth, when I say, is not always vertical, it is lateral. You find an opportunity here, take it. You find an opportunity which is not necessarily vertical, but it is, lateral growth, take it. So this is what happened. I got relocated from India to Singapore, and that was a time when my children were really young, preteens and teens, when they don't want to leave their friends in the country and go somewhere else. But again, with meditation, there's a bit of calmness, there's a bit of what should I say? You look at the reason behind why certain things are happening in your life. That awareness, that clarity sort of comes as you go along. Yeah? So it did help me from in many ways. I worked as leading some business functions in Singapore for multinational companies, pretty challenging and interesting, as I always say. And looking at complex deals, and there are some days when we have back-to-back meetings, and meetings fall from one to the other, right? There's continuous meetings. But yet, and you're just rushing with energy with the previous meeting, and then getting into another meeting with just probably with a different topic altogether, with different set of partners or different set of clients altogether. And how do you sort of, make sure that you have cut those thoughts and be present in the moment for this particular meeting, etc. All this meditation has helped in a long, long way. I always used, for the last, I would say more than 2 decades, was meditating. However, in the last 10 years, since the time I came into, meeting Chandra sir and the team on understanding the simplicity of Anapanasati, it made life that much more interesting and easy. And, I don't want to make it sound like, it was magical, but it was. Having done that, I came back to India to look after family and relatives. And when COVID struck, again, thanks to the meditation part, I think we were staying course on that. And I was then the managing director of of a startup, actually, based on blockchain, engineering. And during COVID, I was taking meditation for the office meditation sessions, and it really helped us all of us stay course, stay focused, do not get, because the kind of news that was coming out was definitely disturbing in many ways for many people. So meditation helped us in many ways in that sense. On the physical front, physiological front, whether it was, vertigo or many such things that would come in your day-to-day, not major illnesses, but even things like headache, which used to be very repetitive, all that just went away. So on the physiological side, you will see benefits right away. And on the professional side, of course, you will. Let me just take a couple of minutes to take you through what we are doing now. Because of this 37 years of practicing meditation and all the benefits that we have accrued, and the founders, Rakesh ji is one of the founders, and others also, Sai ji and Chandra ji. We all come from the corporate background. We have all worked in and understand the challenges that are there, in your day-to-day work. We've also been meditators. We've seen the benefits of this. So now it has become like a life purpose to take this to corporates and see how we can share this with others also. Yeah. Now, when I say corporates, when it's not about just large MNCs, it's not just about small and medium business. When I say taking it to a workplace, for me, it is everything. Workplace starts at home also. So there's people who are at home and working at home have the most difficult, day in that sense, managing home, managing. So every aspect. And Buddha CEO is the right name, right? The essence of Buddha CEO. You conduct your life as internally as a Buddha, you stay calm, and externally you run it like a CEO too, right? So meditation would help in that. Santosh, if you don't mind, can I share a couple of slides so that I can share what we're doing in workplace?
Sure, ma'am. Please do.
Thanks. The best thing about Anapanasati is, as I said, is the simplicity of doing it, right? And when you start doing it, and when things happen, and as Rakesh and Chandra sir would have told you, that it's not necessarily what happens during the time of meditation. It could be during the day, it could be during the week. It just, things just happen out of, it's literally paving the way for what you set out to do. Yeah, so continue to have faith with that. Okay, I'm going to share now. Yeah, can you see the slide? Yeah. So, like I said, we are taking this to corporates. And why there? Because a lot of genesis of stress sometimes, starts at one place and then it gets carried forward in many other aspects of our life, right? So, meditation for the modern workplace is what we are taking to the market. And this is obviously to build resilient, focused, thriving teams. We are all in this survival mode on most part of the day. But how do we all go into from that survival mode to a striving mode to a thriving mode in our life is what we aspire to do. Now, when I look at this, share this with you, when we talk of key workplace stresses, like I said again, don't just think about corporates, look at what our daily life is, even if you're working from home and at home. There is today a lot of information overload. There are many points that's put on this slide. It's a very verbal, textual slide. But if you look at it, each of this is something that we can identify with, right? Today, with all the, the notifications that keeps coming our way, whether it's our email, whether it's, a ping from Instagram or ping from WhatsApp or any of these social media things, is information overload that's happening. There are reels going on. There is only so much the brain can take, but then brain never seems to, actually the brain can take a lot, but then the brain doesn't seem to disengage because of all this digital overload, right? And apart from that is all this performance pressure, there's ambiguity. If you're managing both home and work, there are many other thoughts that come into your mind. That's about your children, education, what are they going to be doing next? Are we doing the right thing for them? What's the next, step that they should take? A lot of things come in them. And similarly, if you're at work also, am I doing the right thing for my team? Is my team growing along with me? So many of this. Then there are cultural barriers that come in. Sometimes there's a, blurred work-life boundaries that happen. And talking of cultural barriers again, the barriers are in our head. So when I was doing this, function at Singapore, managing Asia Pacific and Japan, we had different cultures, different team members. So it's very important that you're sensitive to different cultures. When you're irrespective of where you're working, irrespective of who you're interacting with, right? So all this, you become more conscious of it, you become more aware of it, you start doing the right things. Doing the right things is not an effort. It just comes in with meditation, right? So all these are things, and I'm sure some of us can identify with this. Now, this is a very famous thing called as the 47% problem. What exactly it is that we are physically present many a times in meetings when somebody is talking to you and your family member is talking to you, but mentally absent in the most part of the time, right? So whether it's conversations, whether it's certain decision making, we keep getting distracted. Yeah, we rarely reflect on actually what are the values, what are the goals, etc. Meditation helps us bring us back onto the track. And of course, our mind is never there, as we say. So this is the 47 problem that everybody is facing. The hidden crisis of this is, now take it as whether it's in the office or whether it's at home. Somewhere there is stress created, and that sort of carries forward. We don't leave it at the place where the genesis of stress was. If it was in the office, you don't leave it in the office. You clock out of the office maybe at 6 p.m., but you don't leave it there. It is traveling with you. It is coming onto the roads. It's coming onto the road rage, the commute. And that stress is getting compounded, and then you're bringing it inside the house, and people are waiting for you to share their day's work or their day's whatever they've done in the day. You're there physically present but mentally not, right? So all this is something that we can all identify with, and it's only getting bigger and bigger. But the good news is that it doesn't have to be that way, right? We can break that cycle. And breaking that cycle is what exactly we are all doing right now. The meditation and mindfulness comes in every little thing that you do. Yeah, we become very aware of all that. I won't run through all the slides, but this is what we are taking to corporates, to workplace. So please, if you are, working, or if your colleagues or network of families and friends are, going through this, on how they can transform themselves individually first, then as a team, and then as the organization, please do let us know. So this really helps in building resilience. How do you quickly recover from difficulty and grow through that? There is always a learning. How do you go through it without taking the negative aspects of that, whatever event has happened, and how do you positively grow? This is very, very important, because with practice, with sustained practice, there are certain benefits that you will see immediately. Without practice, as you would also have learned in the 40-day meditation, that how we react to a situation and not respond. So when an event has happened, how do you pause and respond rather than react to a situation? I can tell you that on a personal level, this has worked a lot for me. I used to be quite hot-headed in that sense, that if something is not happening, and we thought that career means you have to achieve your target, you have to do this. There are some kinds of stress we bring upon ourselves, right? It's not necessarily that is coming in from anybody else, but we are running against time. We keep this race against, pace is something sometimes generated by us. So with meditation, that again, that you stop that and it says, hey, what are you doing? So it kind of works beautifully. Sleep is one benefit from working people. When you talk to people who are working, and again, any kind of work, sleep is becoming more and more of a treasured thing in everybody's life. Not everyone is getting the right amount of sleep. Again, all these cognitive disturbances that keep happening, interruptions that keep happening in our life. So with meditation, we found that in teams in the office, they collaborate better with their team members. They work together as a team, and therefore the growth and the productivity for the organization gets better. So the approach is that, with the scientific aspects, now meditation, as you would have known by this time in the course that you're doing, in the 40-day session that you're doing, that it is very scientific. There are proven facts, right? So there's no doubt about what meditation can do. And so we're taking this, and how do you make this practice sustainable is this tool, which we call as Be Supermind. It's an app. Again, you're using Buddha CEO app. This is something similar to that for the corporate session. So a lot of features, a lot of benefits, lot of, self-paced program. You have progress tracking, very, very loaded with features app, which we take to corporates. We run it as a 6-week program with them. And 6 weeks is just, depending on what the organization wants, we curate it for them. Yeah. And so this is very exciting journey right now. And we strongly believe that the next generation of leadership excellence, cannot just come with technical prowess. It's not just your skill. It's not just your talent. It's not just, what you've done in college or, even just your experience. Everything is so dynamic. But from the ability to lead with clarity with people, because we're dealing with human beings, we need to be present, we need to be emotionally resilient. It's very important that we practice this meditation and mindful intelligence. There are a lot of stories I have about sharing meditation and benefits of meditation, but I think I'm running out of time.
Wonderful, Raji. There's always been, the moment you took up this mission, always brought a lot of energy into it. I can see that drive to, sincerely take this to every corporation, every education institute. I'm so happy that, been part of this. And I'm sure, many corporates are, out there looking for this, and you are making that difference. Thank you.
Thank you. Found our purpose.
Yes, absolutely. So it's friends again. I think the idea here, we want to see every organization become mindful, become conscious, purpose driven, so that the influence, the impact that they create is, is in a more positive and sustainable way. Right? And that is what Raji has been doing. So thank you. We are just way over, past our time. I think Suman, you wanted to ask something. We can take one question and then we can break and continue our Q&A.
First of all, a very good morning to all dear fans and master. Thank you so much, sir, for bringing such a kind of session. It not just calm our mind, but our vision become a very broader. And thank you so much, and always grateful for the Buddha CEO team that it's always brings such a kind of a meditation, whether it is a regional or it is a 40 days program or it is a evening session. So directly or indirectly, even though if there is no program, we can do any time of meditation from the app. So I'm very grateful, sir. And thank you so much, Rakesh, sir, for playing an amazing role as a CTO. We are getting a lot of activity that how our moods are there and we can track that. Sir, one question. So since I'm a IT professional and working as a almost as a fresher, so I bit of found that few things very challenging. The kind of technology rapidly changing, and to learn new thing, how we should use as a meditation. If you could answer, or sir, Razi ma'am can answer on this. Just a few tricks, sir, because you people have already utilized it, and if we gain some experience from you, it would be a great, sir. Thank you.
Yes, Raji.
Yeah. So thanks for asking that, sir. In this IT industry, there has been so much of evolution and revolution, right? The time when I started 37 years ago, it was just PCs and XTs, and then, came this Pentium, and then the evolution was very rapid, and it's getting more and more rapid. And sometimes the things, as you said, what we've learned earlier is of no longer valid, when you go through this. So where does meditation come in and help? First thing is that just continue to practice. When you practice over a period of time, you don't even know where it is coming and helping you. I'll give you examples that, when we were going from data centers to cloud, and cloud was the earlier part of, this was in the earlier part of when cloud was setting in. So from out of the blue, I got this opportunity to lead a cloud SWAT team. Okay. I don't come from a technical background. I didn't have that knowledge of where are we going from data center to cloud? How do we take customers on this journey? But there are people who come your way. There is knowledge that comes your way. And as Rakesh would have shared earlier also, when you start reading, whether it is about, and today there is so much of information available there, right, for us. So be open to learning, and learning is a big part of growth, sir. So it comes your way. Skills, even with this, so nowadays we talk about this awareness intelligence and this era of artificial intelligence. Everybody is, worried and scared that what is AI really doing, right? So one is, I would say, so go deeper and understand the technology. Yeah. But
Ma'am,
how much?
one more
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much for the explaining beautifully, and I'm sorry to interrupt you in between. So
Sure.
just wanted one more question. So when we are trying to deep dive any things which we want to learn or which we want to grow for myself, there was a lot of failure in between that. Sometimes we are getting stuck, or sometimes we need to make the break the barrier of the failure. That's what meditation is very very important to believe in ourselves. So, what kind of a mindset you used, ma'am, for yourself? Since you said that I was completely from the non-technical background, and you did amazing job of work for the Asia Pacific, ma'am. If you can say, how can we develop that mindset?
Yeah. That's what, with the practice of meditation, I never thought that I lacked it, Sumanji. So, so things just happen in such a way that you don't think you lack it. You're coming in from the place of how do I learn it, and that doesn't become a handicap thing for you. So for now, I can only say that how I know it's very it's not the right answer, but to say that just continue the practice and you will see how things come your way. And as far as disappointments are concerned, those are all part of life. That is when I said about the success that I had, it doesn't mean that there weren't days where I would come back and it's overwhelming. So that's part of life. But where meditation comes in is that when things are getting very overwhelming, is when that thing about, okay, I need to sit and just still my mind, just calm my mind, declutter it, and then things become more clear. And they lead you to that.
Yes.
So don't be disappointed with disappointments.
Meditation is the right answer. Meditation is the right answer because essentially meditation helps us to bring to the present moment, helps us to not get overwhelmed with things that are there and take things as a learning opportunity rather than as something to, as a chore or something that needs to be done.
Yeah.
So thank
Sorry,
you.
just one last personal experience I want to say. Not many months ago, Sumanji, I had broken my arm. I had dislocated my arm and multiple fractures. And when that happened, and it happened almost at midnight, pain is there. Pain is inevitable, but suffering need not, as we say, right? And at that time, I had long hair. I had, as a woman, we all are very vain and we want to, have all that. But the first thing that came is that I said, no, this is very impractical because I can't go tie my hair. So I have to go cut my hair. I was very disappointed. You do feel that, oh, why do I have to do this? I've taken so much time to. I'm just giving a side example, not necessarily on the professional side, but even on personal sides, you'll keep finding these things. But meditation sort of brings you back and that it's fine. I got to be more practical. So small things like that. Sorry, Sumanji, I diverted on.
No, ma'am, it's completely, thank you so much, Raji ma'am. And, it's explained very beautifully. Alone the professional life, you cannot live the life. Personal life is very important. And thank you, Rakesh sir. And thank you, last but not the least, entire Buddha CEO team for bringing such a kind of a, not just meditation, but the wisdom notes, and giving a platform that anytime we can do meditation. Thanks a lot. A very, very heartfelt gratitude to entire family. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sumanji. And I'm sure now that you're experiencing, you want to bring it to your colleagues, you bring it to your family. So looking forward. So thank you, friends. I know we'll just formally close it, but then we'll continue to take any questions or when anyone wants to share your experiences.
We have announcements, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Today being Saturday, we have Saturday master class. It will be on my inner transformation through meditation by Reshma Kaushik ma'am, volunteer at Buddha Quantum Foundation. The Saturday master class will be at 5:30 p.m. IST or 8 a.m. ET. So you all can take benefits and learn. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
I'm always changing. Who I was yesterday is gone. Embrace who I am today and let go of who I was before the dawn. Take only what I need with me. Leave behind hurtful memories. Once I have learned all I can't keep carrying my pain with.
Questions? Anyone would want to share? We have one more week to go.
You can raise your hand.
Niti madam, how is meditation helping you at work?
Yes, at work, sir, like doing meditation. As Raji ma'am said, I can't know where it's helping, but it's definitely helping. We can't figure it out one thing that, okay, this happened because of meditation. But things just align for ourselves at work and felt that way. Like in the behavior, how we take things, how our perception is built. Gradually with meditation and wisdom. So that way it's really very helping at workplace, like how we take things happening around us, and we start taking it very positively and with a mindset of growth or learning, rather than taking it as a negative thing and pulling yourself down or something. So this is really being mindful at off workplace really helps, and this meditation helps to align our automatically align ourselves in this day-to-day work.
Wonderful. Yes. Spend so much time. There's a lot of stress is created when we spend that time. Unless we are mindful, unless we are present, unless we use things, that there's an opportunity for us to grow, because we are utilizing this time in a way that is more useful to us and to others. Meditation helps with that. Wonderful.
I also observed, sir, like earlier situations come and go. We all face few harsh situations everywhere. So those situations which is not favorable to us or something negative, earlier the thing was we would stay in that situation, feel the pain and suffering for so long, and totally ruin our mindset. And but now with meditation, I'm seeing like how we come to breath, and we are forming that neuroplasticity thing due to meditation. It's very easy to come out of those painful situations in few hours or minutes, depending on the intensity of a harsh situation. And the meditation is actually helping in that way also, like coming out of those situations. You don't stay in that pain or suffering for long.
Awesome. Yes. It's not that when we come into meditation that we don't go through emotions. Of course, we are humans, we have emotions, we express them. We go through all different experiences. What you just described, it's essentially the resilience that develops. How quickly can I bounce back? Right? How do I come back to balance? Because there's always, different experiences, different shift in our emotions, our the way we are behaving. All it matters is how quickly I come back to the balance. So the homeostasis is what we call. Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so there's no other questions or sharings, then we'll close for today. Anything else?
Thank you. So thank you,
Okay.
friends. We'll meet tomorrow morning again with another session, another energy, and another growth.
Me. Every moment, every day, I'm always deciding how I want to live, who I want to be.